and welcome back. You join me on the second level of this amazing Ravensbourne building. You can see behind me the different levels and all the different various things going on, all the other students sort of preparing all their work for what's about to happen later on. I mean, it is really an amazing building. Down this way, you can sort of see another production team. And this is actually really quite interesting because I have no idea what any of it does. It just looks really expensive and cool. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But this way, we are going to go into the gallery. Now the gallery, for those of you who don't know, is basically the command centre, if the door opens, of where everything happens in TV land. Oh, they're hard at work, sort of. So, this is where all the magic happens, so to speak. So as you can see, on the big screens in front of us, we have all the different camera angles going on. And then the vision mixer down here would switch between the different cameras, how the director sees fit. Now, I'm going to grab hold of Jay. Hi Jay, how you doing? Could you sort of just give us an overview of what goes on down here and what you guys do and all that jazz?
Definitely. Basically, this is the gallery for floor 4 upstairs. You just saw your sound, which we were working on. Here we have the vision mixer. You've got all your cameras cut between using that. Next to him, you have the director who looks after all the camera shots, etc. On the other side, you have the producer, really, and the PA who keeps track of all the timings and make sure it all runs smoothly. I have not a very fancy job, but I do play out, so I send out all the VTs and stuff like that and the graphics over the top, which is not bad.
And has it been going smoothly today? Has it been going well?
Really smoothly, really smoothly. A few hiccups here and there, but before we went on live, perfect. Pressure got to people.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time. Right, we're now going to go this way. We're going to leave the gallery. We're going to let them get on with their work. And I'm going to go and annoy some other people. But remember, for all you people who are at home, you can get in touch and give us a shout out on all the social networking sites. So remember, on Twitter, it is hashtag TDS13, and on Facebook you can get involved and leave us a comment on facebook.com/The Degree Show. Now, right now, we're going to be walking down this way to the CDP, which is the Content Development Production area. But just before we do that, I've spotted a friend of mine. This is David Williams. Hi, David.
Hi there, how are you doing?
I'm very well, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. Now, David used to go to Ravensbourne, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Graduated last summer.
And how's it going now?
Yeah, keeping really busy. I've been working at a lot of different places over the last year. I'm here with one of my colleagues from Bloomberg today, just to check out the event, see how it's going.
Brilliant. Well, it's really good to see you again.
and you.
We'll catch up with you later. We're now going to go this way, and I think we're going to go find a guy called Dan Adams, who's down here. Here he is. Right. Dan.
Hello.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm not too bad, yeah. Having a terrific day.
Good. Well, that's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
So, could you please talk me through what we have here? This is your work, I'm guessing.
Well, I'm afraid these are the artifacts of an art film that I've made called Dream System. We should be playing it in 213 here today. Check out the times there. These are just a couple of costumes from my film. It's like a theatrical, I don't know what it is, it's sort of like a film tapestry. Some people have been calling it like a film tapestry, some people have been calling it a mental breakdown on film, all sorts of different things. You have to go decide for yourself.
Brilliant. And have you had, these look amazing, have you done these yourself or you had help with it? Or?
Yeah, well, I designed it myself and my dear Nan, Margaret Adams. She's sewn it together for me because I can't sew.
That's nice.
She's available for slight alterations for a price.
Brilliant. And how long has this entire project of yours taken?
It's taken about 9 months. It's really started. I started a process, drawing. I drew this as a pattern here and just appropriate it into a garment.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much. We're going to run over to the studio right now, back to Susie. But cheers, Dan.
Well, thanks, Ben. Well, I'm joined in the Degree Show studio now with Emma Giddings, who's a content development and production student. As part of her graduating projects, Emma has created a short educational film which was inspired by the poem If, written by Rudyard Kipling. Emma, thanks for joining us. Hello. So what made you choose, decide to do an educational film?
It's basically because I went for a work experience at a school recently and was shocked to see how little had changed in the way lessons are taught in the 4 years that I'd left. They were still used by using worksheets and books. and I saw that the children weren't being inspired at all. And the lesson that I was sitting on was like an English lesson where poetry was being taught. So it was from there that I thought, oh, I want to change that, and I want to make something change and do something a bit different with it.
And why did you choose poetry in particular to sort of focus on?
It was well, obviously my parents are English teachers, so I've always kind of been around it. But when I was growing up, I was always expected to kind of know poetry slightly better than all my friends. But this wasn't the case. I just couldn't learn. I wasn't inspired at all. So when I had this work experience, I thought, no, like this is like now I can make something interactive and more fun and accessible for students. So not only did they learn, but they were inspired at the same time by poetry.
Because things like poetry and Shakespeare, it is quite difficult. Like, let's be honest. How did the students react? Did they say to you, actually, we've definitely learnt more through the film?
Yeah, I mean, what we did, we didn't focus too much on actually like the literature of it. We just made it more accessible, more current. And then once I created the film and the website, which was the platform for the film, my parents then took it into their school where it was shown to the students, and they like really enjoyed it. So after that, the head of English approached me and asked me to make a couple more films and things to show to students.
Well, that's great. It was obviously really popular then.
Yeah.
So what was it about the poem If in particular?
It's basically because I knew it was really popular and taught at GCSE level, and it had like a strong like emotional attraction to our family because my grandfather used to carry the poem in his wallet like since he was about 13 years old, and then when he did go on pass and die, my mum read out at his funeral. So as soon as I decided to make a poem, that was the one I was going to choose. I just knew it was going to be that one.
And what do you hope to go on and do now?
I'm going to carry on the website. I want to make some more short films, more teacher tutorials, and I want to keep up the website and make more films and things and keep it going.
Well, that's great. Well, good luck with it all. And I think
Thank you.
we can actually take a look at your video now. Would you like to introduce it?
Yes, so this is my film, If, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise.
If you can dream
and not make
dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Coming out early. Oh, okay. Now, students here at Ravensbourne are offered a variety of courses that have an emphasis on practical learning which stimulates the real world. So it's not surprising that many students get ahead of the game by setting up their own production companies before they leave. One such future thinker is here with me today, and he's called Jack Bowden. Hi Jack, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So you have your own company and it's called The Corner Shop.
Yep.
So why did you go for that name?
Well, basically, we're a full-service creative agency, which means we don't just produce films, we produce films, design, interior design, animation, photography, so kind of everything in the creative industries. So we thought, where else can you get everything that you need? So we thought you can get everything you need from a corner shop, so we just named the agency that kind of thing.
Brilliant. Any time of day and night, go to Corner Shop, it's there.
Yeah.
Like you guys.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
And what kind of work have you been doing?
Well, recently on the design side of things, we've just built a new Chinese takeaway from the ground up. So we basically did the logos and they said, oh, do you know any interior designers? And we kind of blagged it and said, oh, yeah, we can do that. And now the first store has just opened in Finchley Park. So you should go and check it out. It's called Zing Zing.
Well, absolutely. Maybe after this we can pop along, get a freebie,
definitely.
hopefully.
Yeah, possibly.
And sort of, what other clients have you been working for?
On the film and media type side of things, we've done work for Microsoft, New Era Caps, ID Magazine, Dazed and Confused Magazine, JLS, and a few other bigger names. And it's mostly kind of smaller names, but it's all coming in kind of thing, so.
Well, you're definitely the man to know. What would you say has been your favourite project so far?
My favourite as a director was in April. We flew out to a desert in Spain called Tabernas, and we were shooting two music videos for New Desert Blues. And rather than just filming one and putting it out there, we created two music videos which, when they're both released, if you watch them back to back, they create a short film. So that was a good idea, kind of innovation to try and get exposure and a bit of interest for something quite different kind of thing.
Now, a little bit told me something quite funny happened in Spain. Do you want to share that with us?
Yeah, well, basically it was obviously in the desert, so it was so remote. And on the first day we got there, we had two cars. We went for a location recce because obviously we didn't really know what it was going to be like as a desert. None of us have ever been there. We went up a mountain, got a puncture in one of the cars, and then my friends were adamant we had the wrong size wrench, so they went back into town in the other car, dragged a mechanic up the mountain when it was siesta time, and we did have the right wrench. We just hadn't pulled the little covers off the wheel nuts, so he wasn't very pleased.
It's the type of thing a woman would do, maybe.
Yeah,
but there you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jack. That was fantastic, and all the best for the future. Now, we want you involved in the Degree Show at home, and there's a fair few ways you can get in touch with us. Mention us on Twitter by using the hashtag TDS13, or like us on Facebook. The page is facebook.com/The Degree Show. You can also download this year's app from the Apple Store. Just search The Degree Show. The app has all the latest from the show, including the R13 live stream.